friends, it's Julie Norman. Today I am redoing my video that was supposed to come out last Tuesday because I have tried over and over to get it to go right. Something is funky with the file because every time I upload it, it misses the same part. So let's just do it over again. It's a little bit different because the notebooks, the little notebooks I had, I've already given away, but I have a few different ones I'll show you. So my name is Julie Norman if this is your first time here. And I put out planner and planner related videos on Tuesdays and Fridays. And I'm so glad you stopped by. I hope that you will continue to join me and get some inspiration as we do our planning together. So junk journals, that is what I am working on. I made these little envelope junk journals. They're made out of envelope. And I put some different papers inside. So I'm just going to show you a few of them. Before, in my previous video, I only had two. And I did name them each because they each have a different theme. This one, I called it Unexpected Creatures. A lot of these stickers are from the Antiquated Sticker Book. And you can see now the structure of the envelope. That's upside down, and there's a flap, so it creates a little pocket. It's just a little piece of paper for some journaling space. Yes, I am selling these at my shop booth for $5.95. I probably could charge more for the amount of work it is, but when it's in an antique booth, people will look at them and say, you know, I could make that. I'm not going to buy it if you put too much of a price tag on it. So that right now is my introductory price. I will probably charge more as it goes, but that's what it is. Now, if you're interested in one of these, let me know. I was going to put them in my booth, but I will pause and let you have first crack at them if you want. This is the Unexpected Animals, and I just would charge like $2 or $3 shipping for them. All kinds of different papers. The animal, they just put in some animal stickers of the ones that I really liked, and these are glued in as well, and then I have a little hair at the end here. So that is that one. I'm just going to do a quick flip. Now, I've really enjoyed this, and some of these have, oh actually I think all of them have I forgot about that, the little secret pockets in the inside. That's part of your envelope. This one is called Secret Joy. I don't know why I named it that, but it just seemed appropriate. Now there's an extra little pocket here with some paper for journaling. And it was just kind of fun to pick out images and papers. And I grunched them up a little bit too. There's some wild rice recipes. And one of them I accidentally cut off some of this one. Sorry about that. But I'm really enjoying this. Here are some keys with a little lock in here. I keep going sideways, sorry. I've got my tripod oriented a little differently. I don't know what happened today, but everything's kind of crooked. This one was more for a man, it's not so feminine. This is called Strong Life. A little ship you have. This is from the Hero's Journal, which I have a video about. And I just tore this spot up. My quest, so then you can fill that out and put that in there. What is my quest for the day? I figure that I'm not copying any of the things out. I'm just using the resources that I purchased, and it's not in the whole form. So I figure that's okay every once in a while to stick one of those in, because it is something that I purchased and can use as that. So just that. You could do a little habit tracker. All kinds of fun things. I like the torn edges. Here is the solar system. We're supposed to get a Christmas star. By the time you see this, it should happen. But I woke up to cloudy skies, so I'm really hoping that it'll change. So that one's that one. Two more. This one I called Bold Women, and I had really a lot of fun with this one. A little book card here in the pocket. This one I put out all the images of women doing strong things. I really, really like this one. I wish I could keep them all, but you know, I have so many notebooks that no. Is this a pocket? No, I think I just glued that over because I didn't like what it said. It's another weird woman. Maybe weird and bold would be a better thing to say. This is just a lot of fun. A lot of different papers. And this is a book. What is a book plate? Woman spinning. You know, I was a spinner. Well, I still kind of am. my hands wouldn't let me do it. I had a really bad week, guys. I lost a friend, a spinning friend, to COVID, and she passed away last week, and which was pretty awful. And then the next day, my rooster, I found him dead out in the yard. So I know it's kind of a downer to tell you that, but just it's been a hard week, and physically it's been difficult. I've been so tired, and I've had a lot of pain where I'm just not very functional right now. But I'm so glad that you're here with me and I'm able to go through some of this stuff with you. This one I think is my favorite because I spent a lot more time on this one. There's a little bit more in this because it was my first one. You know, it's like your first child gets all the attention. And then I have a couple recipes here tucked in the beginning. I haven't tucked everything in. Something and everything. There's another envelope. I started to decorate it upside down. So I could have kept this pocket, but instead I glued it closed. But anyways, everything is right side up now. Little cheesecake. I like this because it says, get a frozen cheesecake and decorate it. That's my kind of recipe. Ground beef and wild rice casserole. Oh, I like that. Maybe I should have kept that one. No. I have plenty of recipes. This one is one of those tuck spots like that. Sorry about that. The printer is in my room, my office, and of course he knew I was recording, but whatever. Notes, this is a silk and sonder paper. And this seemed kind of cool. Now the day is over. It looks like she's saluting. Oh, this is called Vintage Life. Vintage Life, you get sick. Here's another thing of recipes. Vintagey recipe. So I will not put this into the booth until next week. So it gives you through Monday. If you just leave me a message down below, if you want one of these, they're $5.95. Well, it's $5.95 plus a couple bucks shipping, and just let me know, and I will save one for you. So that is that one. Did I stick anything in the back? Yeah, I did. Hey, look at that. There's a little picture. And this is a pocket too. Alright, so those are the little notebooks, and this one is the main one that I wanted to show you. This is going to be my next traveler's notebook that I made. And this is made from a brochure that we got when we went to the Yellowstone Art Museum in Billings. And it was a fold-out brochure. And I really liked the artist because of the theme of metamorphosis. And that has been, you know, the butterfly has been my symbol. So I put the butterflies on this. The regular art book has been The artwork is in the background here. And I did get a corner rounder, and I love that finished look of the corner rounding. Did I grunge it up too with that distressed ink. And I actually am glad that the other video didn't come out because I did some things in this notebook since then. This is a wide size traveler's notebook insert, and it has been made out of scrap paper, junk journal style. There's a pocket inside, and I'll just do a quick page through. I did all of this aging look on the sides, and this paper came like that, which I like. You may not like the grunged up look, but I'm kind of getting into the vintagey feel. It just feels more analog in a way. Now this is from a Happy Planner discbound from the Teacher's Edition. This is their attendance roster. So I just put it in here. I thought that would be kind of something I could write on. Just recycling papers. Lots of things. Here is a poem from a Silk and Sonder. I still really wish I could do Silk and Sonder. I just loved those. If you're interested, there is a link below to check them out with a discount. This is a little pocket here because it's covering up this. This is from a calendar page, put sideways, and this is covering up the dates on it, and you'll see the other half as we go. See, there's the calendar again. And I did put a little envelope. I think I might grunge this up a little bit. It looks a little too modern and nice compared to the rest. Now this is part of the brochure again, and I put that in here, and I'll show you why as we get to the other sides. I think this is from Silk and Sonder again. Some music paper. Oh, this piece of paper is really fun on the other side, what I kept from it. I'll show you. A Silk and Sonder page. And now this came out really cool. This was from a brochure from a yarn company, and they had this wonderful little poem, and I just added some stickers, distressed the edges, and I just like how that centerpiece is. Now, one thing that happened with these books is because they're so thick and have all these different papers, you can see the staples their staples ends are not here. So what I did is I took my glue and I glued this into here. So now it sits in there and it glued the staples in too. So next time I think I'm going to try the sewing method. I did get some tools to help that work. Alright, so here is something fun. I had purchased some music books, and this was in there. So one of the, it looks like the teacher had written out what the lesson was, and this is just so fun because when I took years and years of piano lesson, my teacher would often take out a piece of paper and say, make sure to do this here, and so I kept that whole in here and added a little bit of music because, you know, it gives it that old feeling and echoes of the past. Here is the other part of the brochure, and here's what I really liked about it. Look at this. Isn't this fun? I have adjusted it. This was about the author. Only there's certain parts that I really want to highlight. So I did what is that called? Altered poetry. I white out everything I didn't want to have in there. So what I kept was, she gave herself the gift of time to create and traded economic security for a state of constant exploration. She combines a childlike joy and playful inquisitiveness, reflecting her personal metamorphosis and the interconnected, constantly changing nature of life. I just love that. And so I surrounded it with all these butterfly stickers that I found, and it just spoke of change and metamorphosis in there. Other half of that calendar page. Some more grungy stuff. Other part of that recipe, made it into a pocket, slip pocket. Nice random pieces of papers all over, some more music. And the end. So this is where I'm going to put my tracking for my medical. I have type 1 diabetes and autoimmune issues, so I need to make sure that I track things. So I have this belly band, what they call a belly band strip, and I will slip that in there, and I'll slip that in there. For if you want to see how I really use it, you can see the setup I have for this month, and I will link that above so you can see. So it's easy to slip it in and out. And I think what I could do at the end is I could almost cut this off and use this as a journaling page when I move out of this notebook. Just a thought. Otherwise, I'll just leave it as it is. Who knows? So that is my new one. I'm just so excited. I really, really am loving working in these junk journal-ish traveler's notebooks. It's not like the ornate junk journals that I see a lot of people doing with the sewing and the tucks and the pockets and all the ephemera. I just need something really, really functional. And let me just show you a little sneak peek. Here is my traveler's notebook cover. It is the Carpe Diem brand, and this is my December book. December-ish, because I think I'm going to be in there a little longer than December, and I did start in there before, I think. I just love having all these pockets. When did I start this one? Oh, you know, I was in it December 7th, so that was good. But look at how much fun this is, guys. It's just all these little spaces to write and journal and to add things to. And I am just so loving this. It's such a creative, fun thing. So I would just encourage you to try it. And I like how much, I really need all of the journaling space in here. And I do like to have the occasional, this isn't quite a journal spot. It gives it a little bit more of an atmosphere to it. And I'm going to do an end of the month thing too, but I just want to give you a sneak peek. So I am just enjoying the junk journaling. Have you tried them? And let me know if you have tips, because I'm still learning. Like I said, I get tools a little bit at a time. I just got the corner rounder. I really like that, as opposed to here where it's just the regular square. And I noticed that there's a practicality to having this, because a lot of my the edges are curling up because they get worn, and I think that's maybe why, another reason why a rounded corner is nice when you're journaling, because it doesn't catch so much. That regular square edge will catch a little bit more than this will. So that's what I have for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a joyful day. Goodbye. Postscript. P.S. I mentioned that I was going to show you my new daily calendar. Now, this year, 2020, I've been doing Marie Engelbreit. This is all that's left of the calendar. There's only, because I have put the pages in my Christmas countdown thing, that there's only a few pages, but it gives you an idea of what it was. And that's where you see I cut this out every day to put in my day pages. And I've really enjoyed this. And I've always liked Marie Engelbreit ever since back in the 80s, 90s. I don't know. She's been around for a long time. But it was time for a change, because she does all these quotes. Like this one, Regina Brett, and maybe there's another one in here. But she's got a lot of quotes that she does. And then there was one that clearly was from a scripture. It was a popular scripture. And she said, unknown. Really? You couldn't have been bothered to find out who that was? She just didn't want to quote the Bible. She rarely does. So I thought, well, that's kind of silly. I mean, you quote everybody else, so that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And then also, I am moving into more of the vintagey look, and this is more of the cute look. Thought I just want to change and start with something else. So here is the one that I chose. Mr. Rogers. You might laugh, but a few years back, before Mr. Rogers had made a comeback, I don't know what I was going through, but I just wanted to have that, just to see his shows again. I think I was going through something. I started to look into some autobiography, books about him, people who met him. He never wrote about him himself, really. And I just revisited his neighborhood, and it was amazing how much was in those episodes that are subtle and that I never caught as a kid. And so I watched all the episodes I could, which back then wasn't much because he wasn't popular. He had been off the air for quite a long time, because he passed away quite a bit before that. And I read as much as I could and watch as much as I could without buying something. But there really wasn't a lot of stuff for sale either. Now with the Tom Hanks movie, which I have not watched yet, I don't know if I can imagine Tom Hanks as Mr. Rogers. That's my problem. There's a lot of depth to him. His thing was silence. He was bringing silence and contemplation to the TV. If you look at it nowadays, that's just not what TV is, but he was like that oasis for so many children and a lot of adults, a lot of parents. So I thought, well, let's do this, because let's see what he has to say. And so I'm opening this with you, and let's just take a look at a few things here. So, this is what he always said. There's never been anyone exactly like you before, and there never will be again. Only you, and the people can like you exactly as you are. And the dates are a lot smaller. I may or may not cut these out and put them in. We'll see. Did you know that Mr. Rogers grew up next to a monastery, or was it a monkery or something like that? It was, was it St. Benedict, or I don't know. But that probably had an influence on him. So I thought this would be a good one to do this year, because he was ordained as a priest, and his ministry, his mission field, was the TV. And he didn't ever really preach on it, but it was always it was always there. Coming off of 2020, this is just like the soothing, going back, to the childhood, to the vintage, the things that, just revisiting things. And maybe it's my age too. I'm mid-40s, and I'm looking back some more than I used to. So that is the one that I purchased, and I did contemplate purchasing the Marie Engelbreit, but I think with my bent to going to the vintage feel, that this kind of fits more into it, although there probably were calendars that fit more. But I really didn't want to get a scripture day calendar because I'm already doing my scripture writing and my other devotionals, and I do have a perpetual one that I made way back when my husband and I were married that I have as well. Are you going to get a perpetual calendar, or what do you do for the year? And let me know if you purchase some Marie Engelbrecht. I know a lot of people ask me about that, and I really like her stuff. I always have. I still have a lot of her books and stuff, but it was time to try something new for me. It's not like I have anything really against her. It's just I wanted to do something different. So thank you so much for watching to the end, and have a joyful day. Goodbye.